President Cyril Ramaphosa, back in May, signed into law the Cybercrimes Act, a major step in alleviating significant cyber attacks on the country and on its institutions. By providing a clear definition of internet-based crime, the law empowers prosecutors and investigators to clamp down on cyber criminals. Now, the South African Police Service is the leading agency to coordinate investigations, both domestically and to handle international requests for assistance. Let's get a sense of how all of this will function. We're joined now by Deputy Justice Minister John Jeffery via our video link. John, thanks very much indeed for your time. I mean, does this show, this latest attack on the Justice Department itself, just how incredibly vulnerable we are in South Africa?
Well, I think everybody is vulnerable. Everybody who uses the internet is vulnerable, and it's very important. We're very anxious to get this bill implemented, or this act rather, implemented as soon as possible.
So in effect, what does the bill mean in terms of how we will be better protected?
Well, it's not so much better protection, but just better investigation of cyber crimes. So it's a composite piece of legislation setting out what the different types of cyber crimes. It provides for methods for investigation, methods for leading evidence, those kinds of things which are a bit different to your normal crimes. Then for things like international cooperation and so on. And then there's also a section dealing with the display or crimes for displaying intimate images or revenge porn, and protection orders to get service providers to remove those from their sites. So
it doesn't really, I mean, in effect, it doesn't really do much in terms of how vulnerable we are to cyber attacks.
Not really. It's a mechanism for basically dealing with crimes once they've occurred. So hopefully the deterrent aspect and being able to prosecute, convict cyber criminals will serve a deterrent effect.
Yeah.
But there's not provision to actually protect you or me or the Justice Department for that matter.
So the officers of the Master of the High Court in Johannesburg this morning experiencing incredibly long queues. Are things back on track insofar as that ransomware attack on the department is concerned?
They're getting there. Overall there's been problems with service delivery with the Master's office. Across the country, the Master's offices. To some extent, that has been due to staff rotation in the higher levels of COVID. That is going back to normal now. But there's still work that needs to be done to get systems up and running in the Master's offices.
I mean, John, are we reading anything into the attack and the results of the attack? Delays in several court cases as the court systems went offline, including several high-profile cases, that of the Gauteng government official Babita Deokaran, also had to be postponed because of those recording systems going down. Do we read anything into that insofar as who would want delays in such a case, for example?
I don't know we don't know who was behind the ransomware attack, and I don't know if it's possible, I guess, that a motive could have been to delay cases, although the case delays were more because of the court recording machines basically downloading their information onto the system. And when they weren't able to do that and became full, then they couldn't function. So I think the court delays were more minimal. I mean, issues such as problems with the Master's office, I think that's been where it's been most severe for the public.
You said that things are getting there insofar as the functioning of the court is concerned. You know, once the systems are restored, are any steps going to be put in place to prevent this happening again? Is that possible?
Obviously, a lot more attention will go into ensuring that this is, or we try and prevent this from happening again. I say try because I don't think with cyber issues there's ever a foolproof way of protection, but obviously to reduce the risks quite substantially, yes.
But for now, the Cybercrimes Act is what we have, and we're hoping that the deterrent part of that act is going to perhaps stop or at least limit these kinds of attacks.
Yeah.
John Jeffery, thanks very much indeed for your time this morning. He is the Deputy Justice Minister, joining us via our video link there this morning.